And we are live. Hi, Facebook. And no, wait a minute. This is YouTube. Hi, YouTube. It is obvious that I don't know what I'm doing because it's been a very long time since I've done anything like this. But hey, we got about a 30-second, maybe minute or so that we're going to do a little bit of a live test, and I want to make sure that sounds are working. So first off, we have Dead Door with us, and DD has been away for a while, and I think we're going to be able to get him back on, like the old days.
Yeah, I'm roaming around trying to find snacks. I found a place called Six Flags under Georgia, and there was a bunch of zombies there.
Zombies?
Oh yes, there's a zombie apocalypse at Six Flags under Georgia, over Georgia.
Oh, they're under Georgia, Georgia, folks. This is like the zombie horde hangout where it's under Georgia. That might be a book.
There you go.
Speaking of books, we have someone here that is the reason why I'm actually doing this thing. And now it'll be in its 5th year as of the 15th of October, which I believe is 14th. Bill,
Jackie Chan. How can I remember that?
All right,
your sound got real choppy there, bud.
Thank you. And that's where we get started. How long, 1 minute, 2 minutes?
All right, so we have with us K.R. Chin, who has written a series of books called The Survivors of the Apocalypse. And so we're going to have him on for a few minutes here or so to test sounds and see how his sounds are. He's going to be calling in from his Samsung phone, which we can bring guests in using Google Hangouts as an app and a Gmail address. So how you doing there, KR Chin?
Well, I'm just having a lovely time here, wondering about my picture because I tried to take that off and put a live shot on, and it didn't let me for some reason. I'm not real certain how to go about doing that, but I'll figure it out eventually. Yes. Right now, it kind of looks like I'm stoned or something.
Well, you know what?
It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. Hurts bad. All right, so tell us a little bit about what you've been up to since this show has started back in 2012. What you've been doing?
Well, for about the first, I think it was nearly the first 2 months that after you started the show, I was still recuperating and trying to get my hands to work correctly. Now they mostly work correctly. So some issues with grabbing stuff but for some ungodly reason, and we have no idea why, I have absolutely no problem working my revolvers. An autoloader has been known to give me problems, but the revolvers, it's just like an extension of me. It's like it belongs there, especially that 1868 Colt.
That's pretty cool. All right, so DD.
Yeah, I'm checking sounds on the actual YouTube itself. And
that was a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it goes in and out, and I hear what y'all talking about, the scratchiness and the meshing up.
Okay. All right, so do you think that it is a tech issue, or is it like a hardware?
I'm thinking it may be a internet issue, if that makes sense.
Okay, so like bandwidth?
No, not actual bandwidth, just signal.
Right
okay, so
here to you guys up there.
So it's not the bandwidth; it's probably at the router then.
well,
As,
more further than that.
I was trying to be nice here because I know what some of these networks are like from having worked on them. God, if it's that, there isn't much to do about it except maybe disconnect and see if you can get lucky and hit a different IP address.
Do you think that might help? But I don't know if
It depends on how his service is set up, because with some companies, when you disconnect from the internet completely, when you reconnect, it'll generate a different IP address.
Right.
Which would be a different set of routers, different set of servers, bridges, everything changes. With some internet service providers, some ISPs, it is you have a dedicated IP address that isn't going to change no matter what. We here have a dedicated IP address. I've checked it a couple of times. Doesn't matter what we do, it's not going to change. But we have Spectrum. If you have Comcast, anything else, they could have a different formatted system entirely, and the only way to find out is to call and ask. I get a lot of cooperation from Spectrum because they don't like talking to me to begin with, especially since I ask all the wrong questions, I guess you'd say, the ones that they can't answer because it doesn't follow their script.
Exactly.
All right. So DD, do you have like a piece of paper or something? Because I always ask you this, and it's should be old hat by now to make sure that you have something to read. Electricity bill, or maybe you're like, no, don't read that. Find
you want me to read the electricity bill?
No, don't read those. But
it's 200,000 fingers.
I don't want you to read your grocery list.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah.
This product contains a lithium polyon battery, 3.3, do not expose to direct sunlight. Do not place in fire or leave in hot. They put idiot warnings on everything.
They have
idiot actually threw a battery or something, it had to be a battery, into a fire and find out what happens. And then somebody actually had to put it in direct sunlight to see if, is this going to burn or blow up? Idiots. Idiot warnings.
Well, Dee, what I liked was watching this guy who was he was on Dual Survival. One of the guys they tried to get to replace Dave Canterbury, which they will never do. And this genius, okay, he's supposed to be some kind of communications expert with the special forces. He's supposed to be a survival expert with the special forces. So what does Mr. Genius do? He takes the lithium battery and does the worst thing in the world you can do. He holds his face down close to it while he stabs it.
Wow.
His face on fire.
I'm a zombie and I know not to do that shit.
And then complains about it.
Wow.
You know what? I just realized we have Chin over here, and he doesn't have a headset, but he's fairly close to the phone itself, and the phone is stable and all that. So when people come on to do the show, especially with a device, a smartphone or a tablet or something like that, it's a real good idea to make sure that it's kind of in a stable position, because sometimes we get people that go and they're going like this, and I'm getting seasick because they're going all over the place with it. So, but we've done a couple of shows where people have decided that they want to walk us through a particular event or their house or something like that, and or sometimes even they're supposed to be just sitting there. I don't know what he's doing over there. It's kind of weird.
Waka
But-
waka waka.
Yeah, that's very helpful. There, that's that visual thing.
I know a certain vampire that's going to have a snack tonight if certain people don't stop.
Right?
I should be so lucky.
And some people will notice that I'm right now. I don't have my fangs out.
Well, it's
No.
not that time.
It's
They come out at a certain time.
it is it's a myth that all vampires have to have their fangs out all the time. It really is. And so for anybody
That you can pop them
She's
out
been-
anytime you want. You just whenever.
It's true. I can attest to that.
and he would know.
Yeah.
It's fun.
All right. So
Easy. PG.
right, yeah, all PG right now. All right, especially right now. All right, so sounds on YouTube, DD are still kicking pretty good.
Perfect. 5x5 all the way through so far.
See, that's awesome. So, what did you end up doing differently?
I just moved a few cords and took off that second monitor. So
And that's
Hold on. Did you have the sound on the second monitor?
no,
Okay, good.
all the sounds running
Yeah.
right straight through my headset.
It sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
And there's no
Yeah, so I'll leave everything like it is for tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. It's on
Yeah, and
video live.
unfortunately,
right. All right, be there or be square. Okay, guys.
Be there, I'll come find you and eat you.
Or I'll come and get you. And you definitely don't want the squirrel to come get you. Because I start taking nuts off.
You did what with your nuts?
Well, there's
two words for you, you little hairy creep. 44 caliber.
2 words for you. D-nut. I'm out.
Hammer drop, bam. All right, guys.
I need to put sound effects on this thing that I can go and inject
All right,
into
let
it.
me see. All right. Give me a minute. I might be able to get someone else. I actually
It's not that time yet.
Sorry.
You see this? There are a
What
lot
is-
of people out there. There are a lot of people out there that do that streamcast, like what YouTube is, and they do podcast, and they're on there by themselves, or they'll maybe bring on a guest or a guest in some, and they do that. But over here, we're like hardcore. We deal with zombies, squirrels, batshit crazy people.
What are you trying to say about Ken? I'm just saying. Okay. Sorry. We'll go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, sorry. That'll happen when I have your furry little butt on the barbecue.
Yeah, and
Johnny, catch me.
got it.
Even if I can't, I'll bet Thor can.
Thor can run fast.
Thor runs faster than anybody in the house.
All right, guys.
He's at-
Yeah.
He's
Well, I'm not
crunchy
I'm
good
not
all the way
gonna
through.
tell you what Thor did to a squirrel recently then. Yeah.
Crunchy good all the way through there, right?
Thor finally pissed off. Thor finally got pissed off enough with the squirrel. He just lay out there.
You
The
guys.
squirrel thought it was cool.
Guys, anyway, all right, I'm gonna go over to my Facebook page and I'm gonna see because I know that we have somebody that's watching. Whoever you are, hello.
Thank you.
Well,
Well, if it's just one, it's probably just me because I still have it sitting here next to me.
okay, good. All right, so I'm still at work, but I'm getting off in a bit, and I'll be able to go home and answer the email and get my things set up. Okay,
It's going to be kind of hard to chat to if somebody comes into the chat room, YouTube chat room. I think I can do it. Yeah, I can do it from the phone.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
it's not
see
making
if we
the
can.
phone.
Are you, DD? Are you going to be around tomorrow?
I have to go over to James's in-laws house to do a little more decorating, but yeah, I'll be in later on that evening tomorrow night.
Your sounds just all smashed together.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah. Did you like move a different way or?
No, I'm messing with the phone and
You were what?
I was messing with the phone.
I still didn't copy that.
Did you, Dee Dee, James, did you move the phone closer to the computer?
No, the phone's been sitting here. I just picked it up in front of my face.
Okay, so somehow that is what set up the interference then, because everything was fine till then. That's why I was asking if you brought it closer to the computer, because if that was it, then that gives you the answer right there.
Yeah.
Hit it back. Take the phone and like put it like a good number of feet away from you. Like I don't know, throw it out the room or something.
Put it further away than it was originally sitting.
Where
Yeah,
it
it
was.
is now.
Okay, now go
And
back to
you
your.
got clearer.
Now,
yeah, go back to here.
go back to your.
Yeah.
1, 2, 4, 5. Testing. M&Ms are great.
M&Ms are great. Yep, they are
Yeah.
great, especially when they're crystal clear. And I think that we're getting some real good diagnostics here from
Good.
Hey,
KR.
Dee Dee,
Well, yes.
is your Bluetooth on your phone? Is it activated?
Always. I got it. 2 steps ahead of you. All right.
God, that's what that's been all along?
Oh God, that would be.
Well, I had when I was getting printed today, they had a sign in the office for people who don't know any better that you need, because of the type of link up they have with the state, you have to turn off your phone because most people just don't know to turn off their Bluetooth. I turned off my Bluetooth and their computer worked just fine.
That would be some shit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and there's also I had to read someone the riot act. They went to visit their child in the hospital today,
Yeah.
and they said when they walked in the room, everything went wonky, and they couldn't figure out why. I said, "Were you talking to anybody on a Bluetooth headset?" No. Was your Bluetooth active when you walked into the room? Yes. Turn it the fuck off.
We're still broadcasting, by the by.
Sorry for that bomb. Boom. Oh.
Hi, folks. Yeah, we're over here. This is definitely.
I was a staff sergeant. I'm excused from normal conventions.
It's okay. FCC don't monitor here anyway, so.
I know, right? So just going.
I'll tell you, hey, Dee Dee, I'll tell you about me and the FCC later sometime, but it was cool.
All right, so yeah, there was actually an extra person that was on when you were doing that, so I don't know who it was, but they left. So yeah, but
Okay.
I'm not worried about that part of it. But are you kidding me that is why I have not been able to get
That
quality
would be some crazy shit.
sound out of him for all of that time?
Probably.
I told you it had to be something.
Always
Sometimes
have it for years. I can listen to it to make sure the sounds are coming through.
sometimes all it takes is someone with a different perspective.
Right.
And with me, that's about as different as it gets.
Wow,
It's
that's
so
so
simple.
crazy.
So everything
Wow.
is clear
And
right
you're-
now. And
A
going.
lot.
Yeah. You'll be able to tell. I'm gonna pop this broadcast so that it's in the thing, and you'll be able to hear right about. Let's see what. All right, they don't give
Well,
me numbers right.
well, I've got it right here next to me.
And you can hear it.
Yeah.
It's
I
just,
just have to figure a different way to listen to it when to keep the Bluetooth off.
to keep it off or on,
Keep the Bluetooth off.
off.
Yes. Any phone near the equipment, any phone near your equipment or his equipment, has to have the Bluetooth off. For you, that's not usually a problem, babe, because you don't usually have it on even.
Hang on, let me second here.
English, pretty good.
You second there while you take.
Yeah, oh wow, look at that. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of weird, huh? Anyway, yeah, no Bluetooth on. So, hey, you know what? I think that's probably something I need to put into my Gmail.
Yeah. That should be right up at the top. Turn the Bluetooth off.
All right. Yep. Okay, for anybody that is actually watching this broadcast, we're doing some testing to make sure that sounds are going to be working and all of that other kind of cool stuff. We're here with DD and that other guy that keeps following me around. Yeah, that guy right there.
Stalker.
He's everywhere. You know, sometimes I turn around and he's like, you know, he's in my bedroom. Sometimes he's in the shower. Oops. Yeah, so he's everywhere. Wow, the Bluetooth. I think about how much time that I wasn't able to. How often is your Bluetooth on? Didi?
Dude, you still there?
Hello.
Didi.
Hi.
You're breaking up real badly, bud.
All right. KR is trying to give me a minute. All right, so come on, give me.
What the hell's going on? I might have to.
It's coming through, but it.
I'll have to restart it. I'll come right back.
Okay, go out and come back in. I don't know what happened. He just completely and totally lost sound.
Yeah. You know what occurred to me? Tomorrow I'll be out at that site that I have 45 minutes between rounds.
Okay, so you'll be able to listen in at least.
Yep, for most of it.
All right, I tried to do a couple of sound checks earlier with a couple of the people, and when I was hooked up into the other sound system, it was completely and totally garbled and all of that. So I'm gonna see if I can do some of that stuff tomorrow.
Excuse the echo in the background. I'm listening to see what it sounds like.
Hi, Didi.
Hello.
That was a lot clearer.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes to reset to Google. All right, that's a totally different interference than last time.
Sounds like remember those party lines and stuff like that?
Okay, yeah,
It sounds like a party line.
yeah.
I wonder why it's doing that.
Now, that could be a bandwidth problem for me.
Yeah, but it sounds more like it's crossfeed.
Crossfeed? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and that would have to happen at the box itself, because once it enters the network, it's usually all over fiber optics.
All right, I won't touch nothing.
Okay, so give me I don't know, go get a cereal box or something and read off of it.
I'm not going all the way in there and get a cereal box. Not gonna do it. No, I got even better. I got R2 box right here next to it. Download Hasbro Star Wars app, Smart R2D2 app to control R2D2 with your smartphone. Yes, no, maybe. Good.
I'll give you
other languages that I can't speak. All I can speak is assholeness and zombie.
all right. Well, you know, when you have your headphones on, you can do it.
Well, that's what I said. All I can speak is assholeness and zombie.
That's cute. I like that. All right. So do you
What Jackie likes is when we suddenly find out that I can speak a language I didn't know I could speak before. Dude, I don't even have any conscious memory of half the stuff I learned.
I'm trying to think here. Give me a 10 count, will you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 4, 2, 1.
It's after you got to 10, it started to get heavier, I think, on the bass.
Yeah. That might be just me.
Okay. Is there anything that you can adjust on that part of it?
No. There's no knobs on my throat. Sorry.
Okay.
It literally is just me unconsciously going deeper.
Oh. Okay. Chin does that every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I think
And
that
you sound great. I mean, there's no... I get a twerp everywhere.
Okay. All right. So I think we're probably good for a go.
Yeah.
All right. So you were saying tomorrow, what time do you think you might become free?
Don't know. When do you need me? Besides at 8 o'clock, when do you need, or 7 o'clock?
Yeah. That probably would be better. That way we can make sure that everything is in there for real.
Okay. At 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm curious, where is your phone at right now with as compared to where the computer is?
Well, disconnect the broadcast.
Okay, so you disconnected the Bluetooth?
No, disconnect the broadcast. We're still live.
Oh, he disconnected the broadcast.
No. Her
No.
disconnect.
We're still live.
Yeah, we're still